I watch people getting old here and in the US, and I've always noticed that there's a moment when who they were and what they used to be able to do suddenly takes a turn. And they aren't what they used to be, and they have to deal with it. And I was just thinking recently, that's gonna happen when I'm in Spain. And what's that gonna be like? So right now, everything works. Honestly, I feel like I did when I was 40 or 50. I can still hike and exercise and do everything that I want to do. I don't have any limitations right now.
How old are you?
That's one thing we don't share.
Exactly.
But I know that there is a time when the software starts failing and the biology starts winning and you start having things go wrong. And we came here just thinking about the adventure of it. We haven't thought about any of this stuff, but it is part of life and you do have to think about it a little bit. And the reality is we're so far away from everything that's familiar and family and our older friends and things like that. Old meaning we've known them a long time. And it's going to be very different here. And I don't know what that's like. If I go to a hospital or I have to talk to a doctor and I have language barriers because, I'm not great at Spanish yet. So we're going to be dealing with that as an old person. And it feels like it's far away, but maybe it isn't. Who knows? It just comes when it comes. This must make you feel great, huh? Think of the insurance, Cheryl. Think of the insurance.
Think of the insurance. Actually, yes, it does make me feel great. Actually, no, it doesn't. It doesn't make me feel great.
Oh my God.
It makes me feel...
Are you upset? I'm sorry. Jesus.
No, I mean, it's an important conversation, I think, but it does make me feel like, knowing that you're worrying about it. I'm younger than Cliff, so much younger, as I like to tell everybody. So I haven't really been thinking about it that much. I've been thinking about...
Well, I haven't been worrying, just so you know, I haven't been worrying about it, but it is just something to think about because I've had some friends recently that have had some physical things happen. And you just got to be aware of the fact that that's going to happen sometime. And we're in a foreign country.
Yeah, no, I think that's why we're doing this episode. I think it's an important conversation to have, but it's also a difficult one. And, when you think about your person not being there for some reason or needing extra care or navigating something that's already kind of difficult, but having it become more difficult, it really pushes a lot of buttons for me, definitely. And it does make me feel emotional and also like maybe we're unprepared.
Yeah, I think we are a little bit unprepared. And honestly, we don't even know, you can have issues before me,
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. That's the thing.
So yes, and we are not prepared for this. And so it is something to talk about and think about. So that's what we're doing. So here's the thing that actually makes it easier and harder about this. Our daughter visited us lately, and she was saying that, when we do get older and need some care, she wants to be the one who manages that. And first of all, that's a wonderful thing. It's a gift. How many people
so lucky.
have a kid that would
so
say
lucky.
that? Yeah, and that really is amazing. But it did really, I think, cause this subject to come up because I hadn't really thought about that, and I don't really want to think about that. But then I started thinking back to other people I've seen that have just all of a sudden grown old. We were driving down the coast last year and stopped in Mendocino and spent the night, and there was an older couple there that had just wrapped up their Tesla. They had gotten in an accident. They came in and they were all shaken up. And they were saying, oh my God, we can't let our kids know this. They've been on us about stopping driving and we don't want them to take our keys away. And it was so interesting because, first of all, they're really sweet people. I really like them. But we were relating to them more than the kids.
Right.
And I've gone through this on another side where we had to take my mom's keys away.
And mine too.
And yours, right?
Yeah, which is terrible. It's a terrible thing.
Yeah, it's a really terrible thing because, God, freedom is everything, right? And that's one of the reasons we're in Europe doing what we're doing. But those people going through that at that moment really made me realize, wow, you know, I feel closer to them than I do the kids. And that surprised me, number one.
And we were like, don't tell them. Don't tell them. Anybody could have an accident.
Yeah, we were trying to help them get around it. But anyway, the fact that our daughter said that was really sweet, and it really does help with everything. But it really makes us have to think about things differently. Like, I'm just starting a studio project with a good friend of mine. We're going to be playing music in there and recording and all that. We're kind of just starting on this venture. That's at least the 2 or 3 year thing that we're talking about that I've committed to. And I don't know, like, does it all go well like that? You know, and can we keep traveling? Is everything going to be okay?
Yeah.
You know, and it's a reality, I guess. Right?
And I also think, you know, going back to the Sierra conversation too, is
That's our daughter, Sierra.
they know. A lot of people do anyway. They met her. But, you know, hearing Sierra say that doesn't really make the fear go away. It just kind of gives it a different shape, right? Like, it gives it, we know that at some point, there's going to be an end to this. We're going to need to go back. And that doesn't feel great. I mean, yes, we know we want to go back at some time. Going back because we have to feels really different.
Yeah. And we've never really been people that have done things because we're supposed to and we have to. Like, we were both terrible employees. We just have never really followed the rules. So this is a tricky conversation. I mean, one thought I had was like, well, we'll just grow old here and talk her into living in Europe.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
She's pretty pig-headed.
I don't think that's happening.
She's not going to do that. But anyway, I think what this really brings up is, how are you living your life here? Because, you know, we don't know when all this stuff's going to start happening, if it does, when it does. And so what that makes me want to do is what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to fly up to northern Spain and investigate an area of Spain we've never seen before. And we're really excited about that. I want to do more of that because you just don't know. I mentioned this in another video, but I've seen people when we lived in Portugal that had walkers on cobblestone streets that they couldn't even use their walkers. And I said, I am not going to be that person. So now live for today, right? And I really think that's super important for all of us. You know, this is something that everybody watching this has to do because none of us know when things are going to change.
No, exactly. I think it's really important to say this out loud. I think that a lot of people who are brave enough to kind of upend their lives and move to a completely different country or different part of their country or just make any kind of big change really focuses on the adventure. And I think the story sort of ends at the brave part, right?
Right.
Like, oh, this is just going to be an amazing, amazing adventure. And they don't really think about, okay, what comes after that? Just because it's not fun and because in some instances there isn't a lot you can do about it. But it's important to think about that.
You know, one thing that I've noticed in Spain, and we've talked about this a lot, is that it's a very family-oriented country. And I see families with wide age ranges hanging out together a lot.
And I think this isn't really a Spanish issue very much because here we notice that families stay together, they stay living together, they take care of their elders. There's a lot more in-home care. It's just really different than it is in the US.
Yeah.
And so watching that here also is kind of bittersweet, right? Because even though, yes, we have family who will care for us, it's really different than it is here. There's just the assumption that you're going to take care of your family. And I think for a lot of people, that's not true.
No. So how many of you who are making this move or thinking about making this move are really only thinking of the good stuff, you know, the sunsets, the amazing food, the late night meals, the dancing? How many of you are thinking about that only and really not started thinking about what happens after that?
Right, the hard part.
The hard part.
Yeah, and that's real. And that's just as real as the fun, good adventure parts.
It doesn't have to be a bummer. It's just a reality to think about so you can appreciate the moment you're in and figure out how to navigate what's coming. So here's where we landed. The fear is real and you can't like ignore that, but you can prepare for it. And you can also make sure that you are enjoying the life that you're having right now, but you're thinking ahead a little bit, right? And this is the realistic part.
Right. I think there's a practical side of this, right? It's, do you have a valid will in the country you live in? Do you have an advanced healthcare directive? Do the people who know you and love you know what your wishes would be if you are incapacitated, right? Does your partner know?
Right.
You know, in our case, the answer is no, no, yes, yes, because we haven't actually done that. We haven't made sure that our will is in effect in Spain, or we don't have an advanced healthcare
The laws
directive.
are different.
It's different here, right? And so we really need to prioritize that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I hate these grown-up conversations, but I guess they're part of it, right?
they're part of it.
Yep.
It's part of the whole deal. I think once you take care of all of that, then you can just be here, relax, be really present, and enjoy this amazing experience, whatever your amazing experience is.
Right. Be in Europe, be with each other, enjoy every single day, enjoy that wine. Don't stop drinking. Don't cut out carbs. I mean, what are you thinking? Enjoy the moment. And I
This
think
is not medical advice, by the way. Don't listen to him.
we're not doctors.
We're definitely not doctors.
We're winos. That's different. Anyway, I think the idea is, yes, we got to deal with this stuff, but really soak up what you can while you can. If this was helpful, like and subscribe and come back, and we promise we're not going to be talking about this kind of stuff often.
That's the end of our sad episode. Ciao.
Ciao.